Are you ready for another chaotic winter? The news we're going to report today may disturb your shopping plans for the season and will be pretty tough to swallow. If you haven't started to stock up on the products you'll need for the coming weeks and months, you may be in trouble. That's because retailers have canceled billions of dollars in orders right ahead of the busiest shopping season of the year. After facing a dramatic slowdown in sales, several major chains such as Walmart, Target, Kohl's, Best Buy, and Dollar General were forced to purchase less goods for this holiday and winter season. Some of them were forecasting that sales growth would be flat for yet another quarter, while others simply lacked the funds to ramp up the orders and be prepared to meet customer demand. On top of that, labor shortages at Asian ports are causing massive shipping delays to U.S. merchants. The number of dock workers has significantly declined since the pandemic, which is extending container load and unload times and leaving the retailers that did get ready for the seasonal shift in consumer patterns at risk of not receiving their products on time. Issues with the production of certain foods and essential items will also have an impact on your shopping list and your wallet, according to industry analysts. And you may have to compete with resellers that are already buying the most desired gifts and holiday goods to sell them online at hyperinflated prices. This all means inventories are getting tight, and if you wait until the last minute, you're likely to end up with empty hands. In this video, we're going to cover each of those problems and tell you which products will be in short supply over the next few days and weeks, and which ones are already disappearing from store shelves and have no prediction of when they'll be restocked. Ready? Okay. Without further ado, let's check this list. 1. Gaming consoles. Gaming consoles are always popular gifts, but the retailers can't stock their inventories to the brim with these products, given that the global semiconductor shortage is still lingering. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and many more gaming systems will be very hard to find this winter. Many people are already buying the few products available to resell online for a profit. To prevent paying much more than the retail price, you can sign up for retailer in-stock alerts or wait until after the holidays when fewer resellers will be scooping up these items. 2. Christmas lights. Streets may not be as merry and bright in 2024 because holiday lights are currently facing a shortage. Congested ports and a freight recession are causing extended delivery delays, and retailers are not getting enough supplies right now. To decorate your home this season, you might have to shop at thrift stores or yard sales. If you still have last year's light strings, you can try to repair them if necessary and repurpose them for this year's decor. 3. Turkeys. For some households, turkeys are the main part of holiday feasts. But according to retail analysts with Finance Buzz, frozen turkey supplies are 24% below their average for this time of year. As seasonal demand picks up, these birds, especially the larger birds, may become more scarce. But you can save money by choosing smaller birds or buying turkey breasts and creating new holiday dishes this year. 4. Essential medications. According to the FDA, more than 277 essential medications are currently facing shortages due to various reasons, including problems in sourcing key substances, falling production, and an imbalance between supply and demand. This winter, ADHD medications, chemotherapy drugs, insulin, weight loss medications, and flu medicine will all be much harder to find because inventories are already dwindling. Now, if you rely on any of those substances, it's wiser to start stocking up now on what you'll need for the next season. Also, make sure you have a reliable first aid kit at home for potential emergencies of all types. 5. Artificial trees. If you prefer using an artificial Christmas tree and need to buy a new one, Act now because there are significant delays happening at the moment, and stores are running out of stock fairly quickly. Lower availability for artificial trees will drive demand for live ones up and cause a spike in prices. You can avoid paying more than you can afford by checking out local ads for community markets or finding second-hand trees. 6. Shrimp, salmon, and tuna. Delayed shipments of Brazilian and Thai shrimp, as well as Ecuadorian tuna and salmon, are likely to result in empty shelves this winter. Coping with declining production due to climate change, exporters had to reduce the amount of seafood products they send overseas, and the U.S. market is going to be particularly hard hit. From now on, prepare to see increased prices as inventories continue to drop. So if seafood is in your holiday recipe book, don't wait until the last minute to buy it. 7. Toys. Popular toys like Tonka trucks, LOL surprise dolls, Lego, and much more, all going to be difficult to find during the holidays due to these supply chain issues in the countries that manufacture them, which include China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Cambodia. Erica Rosica, a sales supervisor at OEC Group, said that for retailers, this is more than a logistical nightmare, it's a customer experience issue. Lost sales will consequently result in lost revenue at a time companies desperately need to make up for the financial losses they suffered throughout the year. In case any of these items are on your child's wish list, start shopping soon, because these toys may well disappear from shelves over the next few weeks. 8. Clothing. Now, most of the clothing sold in the United States is made in Southeast Asia, including Christmas-themed garments, but a shortage of labor at these ports is making container loading times longer, which is leaving retailers worried about whether these products will arrive on time or not. Many companies have ordered fewer items this year as they brace for a not-so-jolly holiday shopping season. For that reason, we advise you to make your purchases early because these products are likely to disappear fast from shelves. 9. Cell phones and computers. Victims of delivery delays and other problems down the supply chain, consumer electronics, especially cell phones and computers, are at risk of shortages this fall and winter, as warned by Dutch Mendenhall, the CEO of RAD Companies. Major electronics companies, including Apple, have been impacted by the nationwide labor and chip shortages of 2024. That has forced Apple to make 10 million fewer iPhones than it had initially planned. This means many consumers will have to put off replacing their electronics until supply issues are fixed in 2025. 10. Car parts. Josh Lash, the Vice President of Product Strategy at E2 Open, noted that a substantial amount of cargo containing car parts was supposed to be arriving at eastern U.S. ports right now. But containers are still being loaded at the other side of the ocean due to, a shortage of dock workers at Asian ports, meaning that the U.S. automotive sector will be understocked during the end of the year. Vehicle owners will likely have to reschedule repairs for the spring of 2025 when inventories are expected to stabilize again. Shortage number 11, wine. Wine is part of many holiday festivities, traditions, and recipes. Many people also give a special bottle of wine as a gift to their loved ones during this time of year. But in the coming season, your usual picks may no longer be in stock at stores. The world's top wine-producing countries, Italy, Spain, and France, have reported a production shortfall in 2024 for the third year in a row due to continuing bad weather patterns. In other words, merchants will be unable to meet consumer demand. That's why you should prepare in advance and guarantee your supply of wine while you still can. 12. Asparagus. According to Michael Yamartino, CEO of shipping company Route, asparagus imports from Peru may not be delivered in time for the holidays and are likely to remain scarce until February 2025. U.S. states that produce asparagus, including Michigan, California, and Washington, have also reported a weaker than expected season, which is raising great concerns about widespread asparagus shortages and inflated costs over the coming weeks and months. 13. Appliances. Families that are planning to entertain guests this holiday season may be shopping for a new refrigerator, ice maker, or dishwasher. Unfortunately, retailers like Walmart and Home Depot have canceled billions of dollars in orders for products that have seen decreased demand throughout the year, and household appliances were amongst them. Consumers are finding that they have to order a new appliance months in advance, not weeks. Shortages are likely to persist until the spring, when companies place new orders. Until then, you should consider keeping the appliances that are not broken and looking for second-hand options in case you can't wait. 14. Shortage of bananas. Over 70% of the bananas consumed in the United States are imported from South American countries like Mexico and Guatemala. Bananas are in fact the #1 fruit export in their produce department. However, congestion caused by last month's port strike led tons of bananas to spoil. Shipments that were supposed to enter the country via East Coast ports remained stuck at sea for weeks. With the next harvest season months away, consumers will have to face reduced availability and much higher prices for bananas. 15. Books. For almost 5 consecutive years, paper production has been slowing down due to lower global supplies of wood pulp used to manufacture this essential product. For that reason, expect to see fewer books on store shelves this holiday season. Even though you probably won't have trouble finding top bestsellers, niche tomes and novels could go out of stock sooner than you anticipate. So if you're planning on gifting a book to a friend or family member in the coming months, place your order early in the season to make sure it will arrive in time, or try to find the electronic version of the book instead. So, are you planning to buy any of those products? If that's the case, act now because time is short. Even though consumer demand has been sluggish this year, store shelves may be wiped clean before you have the chance to get what you want because retailers are awfully understocked across America. Americans are still financially exhausted from years of inflation eating away at their budgets. They are indeed likely to purchase fewer items in the season ahead, but that's because they're paying more to get the essentials they need. Plus, many people have been saving throughout the year to enjoy shopping events like Black Friday and other holiday promotions. The fact that many of the biggest chains in America are unprepared to meet the seasonal demand is quite worrying, don't you think? Don't let shortages ruin your celebrations. The window of opportunity is already closing. Thank you very much for watching, and please share this video with friends and family.